Ladies and gentlemen, next presentation today is Mr. Tomas Votruba.
Yes. Okay, thank you. I welcome you to the least security talk on this conference. It will be mostly about instant upgrades because that's what I do, and I would like to show you how instant upgrades are actually related with the security topic. I came from Prague, from Czech Republic, and my field of focus is mostly PHP. Can I ask, is somebody here working with PHP? Perfect, two people, good. So basically this talk is generally about PHP, but the idea is rather about any language that can be analyzed or parsed. So at first, I have a confession to make. I'm like no security expert, so don't take any security advice from me. I think I'm the least skilled person here, including all the stuff. But my focus is software reconstructions. And often with software reconstructions, we face something that's very old and broken and maybe in a way insecure. And our job is trying to make it more modern, stable, and useful. Can I maybe ask you just about the language? Somebody from JavaScript area? Or Go? Or Java? Or C? Is anybody here a coder? Good, good. So what are the languages that you work with usually? C#, okay. Java, good. So maybe like from C or C# there will be something related with AST. With any language that you use, we usually face something that's released in a new version. Especially in PHP, we have this release schedule that we have a release every year. Maybe something that's similar in Java, I'm not sure. And this is actually a screenshot from the last conference I gave talk before COVID. And in that time, we have these red versions that are not secure. You should not use them. Only if your business is making a lot of money, then it's safe to use them. And this is a screenshot from today. And if you compare them, in 3 years, basically all the useful versions that were before safe, 7.3, are now all red. But I think people in this conference care about it. Like most of the clients, they just don't care if it's red or green, just if it makes money, it's okay. And not only that, but on the languages, we have frameworks. So there's another level of complexity and code that can be legacy. And again, this is something from the previous year. And basically all the versions that were kind of legal, the 4.3, are now forbidden in 3 years. So in 3 years, basically, we'd have to rewrite everything just to feel secure. So how to deal with this? Well, you can hire some security expert or upgrade expert or somebody who knows how this language works, what's unsafe there. And soon you will realize there's a little bit more technologies that you use, and you need expert for every single field and every area. And that's quite costly. And I think that's why companies decide not to do anything until it really breaks. So this is a saying from coding area. Basically, once you start coding, the thing that you created today, the next month it's already deprecated or not useful anymore. And you need to rewrite it or upgrade it. But I think the same is going with security and the knowledge. Once you learn something here, you go back to your company and you will have to change the stuff that you learned here. And that's great, but it's also pretty time-consuming. So the bigger your project is, and the more you learn here, the more work you will have tomorrow or on Monday, which is annoying. So another thing from security is if you make it complex enough, maybe people will not find out. But the same applies if it's too complicated and complex, we are not able to understand it and we cannot change it. and that's okay, right? So we stay with these legacy projects that are huge and boring and hard to upgrade, and we think it's okay. So I wonder, how can we do it better, apart educating ourselves in the conference and trying to apply the knowledge in our home projects? We can use some tooling, I would say. Like, do you know Snick? No, Snick. Okay, good. Few people. So basically, Snick is a very friendly tool that will help you to discover security issues in your code base. You just run it in your code base, and it supports many, many languages. I don't know which one because I don't use it. And it finds some patterns that are insecure, and it tells you, you have problem here. It's not that big problem, but this is kind of like security issue. You should fix that. So you can actually put this tool into your continuous integration or deployment, and you can find out how many problems do you have. And this is not the only one. You can choose from many, many tools like this. And this is kind of like core of this talk. You can automate the knowledge that you find out here with a tool that's like publicly available. I would say like this knowledge is not in the minds of the people, but it's in the tool. So instead of teaching all your colleagues they shouldn't do that, you just put the tool into the CI, and if the CI fails, they will know it's wrong. And you don't have to discuss with them in the pull request about like if it's secure or not, because it will be read and they will have to fix it. And that's something we actually apply with our clients when we try to handle the upgrades, because upgrades are in a way making the projects more secure. So instead of doing it manually, if a client comes to us and asks us, hey, Tomas, we have this 20 years old project, and we want to, let's say, go for IPO or sell it, but the client has requirement, we have to have a secure version of PHP and servers, and we have this 10 years old PHP, and they will not buy it. What can we do? So we try to help them to automate the whole upgrade process, because basically making the project more secure or making it upgraded, it's just a way of changing the patterns. Let's say you have cross-site scripting, it's very well-defined pattern that you can find out and you can fix it. So if you make it a little more technical, just to give you idea, do you know what's abstract syntax tree? Good, good, okay. So basically, I'm working on an open source tool that's running on an abstract syntax tree, and it just briefly, who doesn't know, it goes through the code and it finds out, okay, this is a class, and it has these properties, and it has these types. And it can look for old code or insecure code. And if you know how old or insecure code look like, then you know how the good and new code look like. So basically, this tool is defining pattern refactoring, that you say this is A and this is B. And this is something, I think C has something like Clang MR. That's also like this automated tool. And I think JavaScript has something like this. So there are many languages who already have these tools, and they are mostly open source. So it depends what's your specific language. And what you need to do is, like this, the language has to have the parser of the code. Then you have to have static analyzer, the PHP stan, and then you can combine together and make it nice for people to implement their own rules. Okay, now I will show you very little demo, very little, because there's just very few PHP developers. So I'll try to make it short. External mirror, okay. I'll try to make it, does this work? No? Yeah, can I change to this microphone? Check, check. Okay, good, thank you. Okay. This one, yeah. Do you see it, or should I? Yeah, in the back also. Yeah, good. Okay. Let's see. So basically, this is in PHP. You have this dependency manager. It's probably in every tool, in every language. You just ask for the dependencies that your project uses, and then you have some tooling that you can use to help you to maintain the code, to test it, and so on. So Refactor is basically just one of the packages that you can install, and then you can define in the config, just very briefly, what paths it should scan, and here you have defined rules. And this is something like the SNCC that's using the AST that I showed you before. There is a specific rule that looks for certain patterns, and if it finds it, then it will change the code. So I have a just very simple example how it looks like. Here we have some, let's say, old or insecure code. The thing I like about automated refactoring that actually I have no idea how the insecure and bad code looks like, because I just create the rule, or community creates the rules. It becomes part of the set, and then you can use the set just to make your code better. So actually, a lot of security experts can connect, put each their own knowledge, and then you can use the knowledge of our community. Otherwise, you would have to have it all in your head. So here are some annotations. You maybe know them from Java. This is in PHP, it's still like comments, so it's very lousy. But in a newer version, we already have proper annotations like Java. And to make them change to a new one, and again, this you can apply on a whole code base. So it's as fast as your software or CPU is. So you can run it on the code. Let's see, dry run first. So if we run it, we will see what it tries to change. So this is some in the older or insecure syntax, and it will try to translate it into better one. So because it was a dry run, it's still not applied. So now we run it without dry run. We can see the code. There's one more thing. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, it transforms the code, and you don't have to have specific knowledge about the transformation, and you just run the tool with defined rules. And as you can see, there are more rules, so more stuff that to be converted. So we just can enable more sets and just let the tool handle the job. Let's see. Okay, so now we have everything. This is supported from the next PHP version, so not yet. So we have everything that we can in our current version, whether it's PHP, Java, C, C#, the most upgraded as we can. So we don't have to think about learning what's new in this or that version and so on. Okay, so that's for the demo. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Check, check. So I'll just do this. Yeah. Okay, so this way we can apply the tool, whether it's Refactor or something in your language or community, but we can also put it, no, this one. We can also put it in the CI. So let's say some new bug is discovered and put into OWASP, and you don't know about it yet, but if you're using some tool that's implementing these security issues and putting them into your CI, you can run it on the CI and you will know about them as soon as possible. And not only you should know about them, but you can run tool in your CI and let the code fix for you. Of course, the merge and check is up to you, but the big advantage is that you don't have to check it yourself and you don't have to worry about it. And that should be it. if I get there. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Doesn't work. Yeah. Questions? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. How does that recommendation goes in the PR process? So is that a code suggestion, or is that an output that you need to go back to your workstation and fix it there?
It's up to you. There are two ways, like in GitHub Actions, let's say, in GitHub requests, you can have like these annotations that it will like comment on your code, which I think is useful with tools like Snyk. They will just you plug them in and they will tell you, oh, this could be it, this could be problem. But we actually tried this approach, but most people prefer to just have the suggestion right in the commit. So basically you send a pull request, and instead of the tool forcing you to go to your computer and fixing everything, it will propose the fix with a commit all pull request to your pull request. So then it's up to you just to click or decline.
Cool. And then I assume that then tests are run after, right? So you know that it didn't break anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's important. The test must pass before and also after. Yeah.
Okay. Cheers.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Don't be shy. Thank you, Thomas.
Okay, thank
Thanks
you.
a lot. Great job. Thanks for traveling down from Prague, right?
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay, thank you.